How to modify the length of still images on the timeline of Davinci Resolve Studio 18.6. I'm here in the Edit tab and I will use this arrow, which is selection mode. Select as many clips I want to modify, and then click on this one, which is trim edit mode, and with trim edit mode right click on those selected clips and change clip duration. Control+D is the hotkey. And now we have some presets here. Click on the first one or the second one and notice the third set of numbers is being modified. So that would be the length of 1 second. Click on change. Everything was pulled to the left and the selected clip's length was modified to 1 second. Okay, now let's get into more details. Undo it with Control+Z. What if I want to use only this arrow? What will happen? Make a selection and directly right click on it and change clip duration. Now if I want to use, let's say, 1 second as length, change, now that happens. The same thing is done, but the gaps are left there. So to eliminate the gaps, you could use here in the menu, edit, delete gaps. Okay, and select that one also and backspace, and we are in the same position. It reduced the length of the clips, and plus we had to delete the gaps using the menu also. That's the disadvantage of using just the arrow. Let's undo it. Now what if I use only that one, trim edit mode, and make a selection? Now notice the selection is green instead of red as it was with the arrow. And the green selection has a disadvantage that although I selected multiple clips, after right clicking on one, only that clip is selected. And if I use change clip duration, then that will act only upon that clip. So if I select multiple, Control+D, that is not even working. Control+D is the hotkey of change clip duration. So that's why we have to use first the arrow and then just click on the trim edit and then let's say Control+D directly. By the way, the first two set of numbers are hours, those are minutes, seconds, and those are frames. Now what to do with frames? Well, if I want 1 second and a half, then I have to make a little calculation. Come here to the lower right corner to the wheel, and at master settings timeline frame rate we have almost 30. So if I want to use 1.5 seconds, then I have to divide this almost 30 into 2. So Control+D, 1 second and a half. Double clicking selects those numbers. Now half of that 30 would be 15. So that would give me 1.5 seconds. And click on change and voila, 1.5 seconds. So click on A, that's the hotkey of the arrow. Selection, click on T, that's the hotkey of trim edit mode. Control+D, that brings up this one, 1 second, and now I could type in directly, let's say 2 column 15, so that would be 2.5 seconds. Voila. A again, selection, T, Control+D. Now in this case we could type in 3.15, that would be 3.5 seconds, and change. A, selection, T, Control+D. And just as an example, if I would have a 60 frames per second timeline, then I would type in for 1.5 seconds 1.13, because 30 would be the half of 60 frames per second, and that would give me 1.5 seconds. But since I have 30 frames per second timeline, Control+D, that 30 turned exactly into 1 more second, that is, I got 2 seconds. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.